Tonight, from Las Vegas, Nevada, it's Week 14 of the NFL on EA Sports. We'll see Derek Carr and the Las Vegas Raiders taking on Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills.
Well, even with all the buildings along the Las Vegas Strip and all the action here, this is one of the city's biggest attractions. Allegiant Stadium opened back in 2020. Tonight, we've got a great Sunday night matchup between the Buffalo Bills and the Las Vegas Raiders. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at the Raiders here entering play. They're hot as can be, winners of 8 of their last 9 games.
I don't know if you'd call this start a surprise exactly, but they've proven that they're going to be able to stand toe-to-toe with anybody.
Two teams trying to stake their claim to postseason football. Week 14 of the NFL is underway. And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25. The Raiders set to go to work behind their veteran quarterback, and that's Derek Carr.
That was a solid performance last week, wasn't it? 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, ran the team well, won the ball game. Bottom line, may not have been earth-shattering, but it didn't need to be.
Now Carr throwing on second down. He gets this to Davante Adams. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. And they'll look to avoid an early 3-and-out here on 3rd and 4. To throw, it's Carr. Here's back-to-back catches for Davante Adams. And he is going to have the Raiders first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. And he's already got 2 catches on the opening drive. They know he's going to be a handful.
And sometimes you game plan for that offensively. You want to make sure that guy touches the ball, and sometimes it just happens naturally. And then you change your game plan. When he has the hot hand, you keep going back to him because he's running routes with confidence as the game goes on.
They fake the handoff. Now Carr. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. Back to throw here. And this is caught by Watkins. And he's got a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 40. Here's Carr. A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete. He has been nearly impossible to throw on all year long. If it was me, I'd say he could go ahead and book that trip to the NFL Awards show in February. He's going to be Defensive Player of the Year, I think. What do you think?
I would agree with you. And the reason why? Because he takes the ball away. Because he gets to the football. The only way a defensive back ever wins this award is because they have a number of interceptions, takeaways, knockdowns, all that. Add it all together, he's created a lot of big plays.
And the pocket's been protected pretty good here so far on the opening drive.
We always talk about confidence in runners and catchers and quarterbacks. How about the protection detail? They're not allowing anyone near the guy throwing the football.
Got a man open. It's Darren Waller. And he is going to have the Raiders first down by about 3 yards or so as they wind up getting 7 there on 3rd and 4. Solid opening drive so far, Charles. They've moved this football into field goal range, but you know that they want to cap this off with 6 and not 3.
Absolutely. As one of the better coaches in the league always tells me, on offense, I want their body blows all game long and finish it with uppercuts. Well, here are the body blows right now. He's hoping in one uppercut will take care of the end of this drive.
First carry for Josh Jacobs. And he'll get this one down to about the 27. Up to make the play defensively, Tre'Davious White. Well, this defense very strong in that victory from a week ago.
Yeah, and what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence. Well, anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try and hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter, but that time, they were up to the challenge.
Throwing his car on 3rd down. Well, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Teron Johnson able to pick it. And the Bills are going to take possession here at their own 6-yard line. Well, it's no secret he's had trouble this year with interceptions, and this is a bad start for him. First drive, throwing another pick.
No matter who's broadcasting his game, that's how the conversation begins. Throwing too many interceptions, can he take care of the football? If I were his backup, I'd be edging towards the coaches and saying, hey, how about giving me an opportunity?
First and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look. So after the INT, it's Allen. Gets this one to Morris. 2 yards on the pickup there, and it's 2nd down. Play action. Now it's Allen. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Throwing now is Allen. And that is incomplete. The Bills send the punter out, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. Shifts by him. It's a 40-yard punt, 6 yards on the return, and the Raiders will have a short field to work with as they take over. The Raider offense heading out as we take a look at the playoff race in the AFC. And I tell you, 4 weeks still to go, and everything is wide open, and it's fun.
And I know we always talk about, well, if the playoffs were to begin today, and then we kind of go, okay, but they're not. Let's see how it plays out. Wouldn't it be fun to play with this playoff lineup right now? Because to me, just about anyone can win this whole thing out of this grouping we currently have. And by the time we get there, it may look entirely different.
From the 41, Carr. He finds his man, complete. It's Watkins. Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Now a play fake. Carr. Going to throw deep for the end zone. And that went a little too high as it's knocked away and incomplete.
He's 2nd in the NFL in interceptions, and you understand why. He plays a game of great intelligence, understands positioning, and has a great ability to break on the football when it's in the air.
So fun to watch his closing speed, and another example of it on that play. They swing that out wide to Jacobs. And he will not make it to that imaginary yellow line as they get him to the ground at about the 23. That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a 4th down. So Carr will depart, and on comes the Raider kicker Daniel Carlson for the field goal try. From the right hash, this from an even 40 yards out. The kick by Carlson is good. And the Raiders jump out to a 3-0 advantage. Well, both teams kind of feeling each other out here. Now after 3 drives, we have a score with that field goal.
Yeah, they're still waiting for their breakout drive to come to them, all right? They're using the playbook well. They're looking for that extra section that says touchdowns instead of field goals. But they'll take the 3 for now and try and get set up for more later.
So here come the Bills out for their second drive. And you figure this should be a healthy, arrested, a focused unit, and they're working on a good winning streak. They had the week off last week. This is really a team, Charles, that should be in top 4.
I would agree absolutely with that. What coaches worry about, what organizations worry about, though, is overconfidence. They've been playing so well, and now they've had that extra time off. And we've seen teams come back off the open week and come out flat. So what a lot of good coaches do is they kind of game plan for that with their teams. On defense, they may blitz more in the beginning to get them going. On offense, they may go more up-tempo. Anything to get them out of that.
So the completion good for 6 yards, and it'll be second down. Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. His throw incomplete. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on second down. Again, they'll throw with Allen. And that is incomplete.
Every offense tells you they want to come out and start fast. That's not unusual at all. But this group, they've yet to get much rolling through their first 2 drives. It looks like they're going to have to give up the football again after this one.
It's a 42-yard punt. They keep him to just a yard on the return. And it'll be Raiders football, 1st and 10. Now the Vegas offense heading back out there. And there, of course, was a lot of talk about this ball game coming into play. 2 division leaders in the AFC. Could this be a potential playoff preview down the line?
Yeah, and I think when you're talking about the talk about this game coming into play, you're talking about me because I blew up your phone all week prior to this one. I was so excited.
Oh, looking for Waller, but this is intercepted. Picked up by Tremaine Edmonds, the linebacker. And the Bills are going to take possession of the football.
And that's what we've seen from this defense all year long because they've been so good at finding ways to take the football away. And they just gave us another example right here. A strong defense, that's something you're going to need to rely on come playoff time. And this crew has got one. There's no doubt about that, Brandon.
And the Bills getting set to go. Following the interception, they're set up nicely here, already inside the red zone, knocking on the door, if you will. 1st and 10. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a 1st down.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at him and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense. And on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. To throw, it's Allen. He will find Diggs in the end zone. Touchdown, Buffalo. Stephon Diggs with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Bills have answered that early field goal to take a 1st quarter lead. And all about timing there on that short slant, Charles.
Exactly right. That was timed up so well. The route, the throw, touchdown.
And now before we get to the extra point, remember all touchdowns do have to be confirmed by the replay official. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How's the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it's finished off by the touchdown by Stephon Diggs. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. Taking it about the 1. And he won't quite make it to the 25. Las Vegas' offense back out there ready to go. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands. Well, that's an excellent way to get the pass rush activated. The first sack of the game for them comes on the first play of the drive, and it makes it very tough for the opponent to pick up a first down now, playing behind the sticks.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Shotgun now for Carr. Under pressure, and they got to him again. The man who won a Super Bowl MVP award across the bay in Santa Clara, Von Miller. In there yet again. What else is new? He continues to rewrite the record book in single-season sacks.
So, Brandon, we sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
Carr and the Raiders following the sack, looking up at a 3rd and long. Now Carr. Looking deep for Adams. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. It's a 39-yard punt, 8 on the return, and the Bills are going to take over in great position here with a 1st and 10. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. And they, as mentioned, unbeaten to this point in the year, but you think this game, their toughest test yet.
I absolutely do, because to me, this is a good measuring stick game because they've been able to take advantage of the schedule. But here, this is another team leading its division with an eye on making a Super Bowl run, so this game is crucial.
23 yards, the final tally.
Well, this is where reading defenses and practice time comes into play. You've got to know what you're running versus zone versus man and how to run the proper route, and they just executed that one pretty well.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. To the air, Allen. And he's wrapped up, taken down, back at the 25. Max Crosby coming in for that outside linebacker spot, and he buries him for a loss of 7.
It's interesting, partner, that most defenses try and guard the 35-yard line actively because they think the way kickers are nowadays, about a 52-yard field goal, they're kind of giving up points. But you get even deeper into territory, you get into the red zone, they're going to guard it even more, which means more pressure, more blitzing.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Allen, and he'll flip this out to Huntley. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here. Throwing is Allen on 3rd. And he completes it to the tight end, Knox. Touchdown! Dawson Knox from 17 yards out as his guys are able to extend their lead.
A good tight end is a heck of a weapon for any quarterback, especially when you're able to create some mismatches. Sometimes they work against a linebacker, sometimes they work against a smaller defensive back. But when they find it, they go to it, and it often results in touchdowns.
McLaughlin for the extra point. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game. So that drive, 4 plays, and it ends in a Buffalo touchdown. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Raiders heading out to take over. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed in this first quarter.
Man, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game. I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. After the sack on first down, Carr. This throw incomplete, nearly picked off. And with his pedigree, he doesn't drop many of those. But 3rd down coming up. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Jacobs. And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the first down at the 29.
Brandon, it certainly looked like they had that play defended well, but it still almost worked. Got it to the running back. He wound up getting really good yardage out of it, but it was 3rd and long, and they were able to rally and stop it before he could get to the marker.
On 4th down, A.J. Cole comes on to punt. It's a 46-yard punt, 2 on the return. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. And as the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. Sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime if you're a good football team. You spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments to prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
And we'll find out here soon enough whether those adjustments are enough defensively. 15 yards that time, and a Buffalo first.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
Allen now on 1st down. He's got the connection over the middle to Diggs. And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
I don't care who you put on him. He's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe needs some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 38. Now Allen again. Another target for Stephon Diggs, and he brings it in. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down. After won a 14-3 ball game. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. On play action, Allen. This one complete to his fullback out of the backfield. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line. So 5 plays on this drive, Charles. All passes, all completions. And just like that, they're in the red zone.
And don't you think the playbook opens up a little bit more now? Because all they've done is throw the football. If you want to run it now, you may very well have them fooled.
On 2nd down, Huntley. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play, backwards a yard.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
The Bills on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Here's Allen. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Max Crosby. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
Chase McLaughlin now for the field goal try. From the left hash, this from 37. And his kick here is good. And the Bills will add on to their lead. So 3 points there, and they continue to build this first half lead.
Yeah, every little bit helps, and the more that you can put together drives and start controlling the tempo, controlling possession, finishing with points, the better off you're going to be.
The Raider offense now making their way toward the huddle. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone. Carr now on 1st down. Over the middle, that's caught by Adams. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Carr. That's caught by Waller out left side. Carr finding Waller there for the Vegas first. Carr going to give it to Jacobs. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. They'll run right here with Jacobs. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
I thought he did a nice job there setting an edge and make sure nothing could get to the outside. But he decided that wasn't enough for him. Worked his way back inside and made the tackle on the ball carrier.
Second and 21, a lot of ground to cover. They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And a nice run past the 30-yard line there. On 3rd and long, it's Carr. And they take him down. The Bills get to him. That's Matt Milano firing in from his linebacker position. So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And, partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's the game plan that they've had so far because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
Here's A.J. Cole now to punt this one away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And they will take over 1st and 10. And now we move our focus to Stefon Diggs. He's doing what he's capable of, having a solid game. Not the most amazing game. He's not over 100 yards, but a good game so far.
And you just know that mentally he feels like he's one catch away from turning it into a great game and starting on that road. And the defenders are well aware of that too. They've got to figure out a way to not let that escalate. Keep him right in this zone here and call it a day, because otherwise he can really decimate them.
Better believe they are well aware of his playmaking ability.
And they'll get this into the hands of Huntley.
And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And it makes it 3rd down and 2 yards to go.
Well, partner, this offense 12-0 now on the year following their latest victory. And during the week, a lot of folks making comparisons between this squad and the 1985 Bears. You know, they too were 12-0 at this juncture of the season before losing on a Monday night 38-24 to the Dolphins at the Orange Bowl way back on December 2nd of 85. But then they'd never lose again en route to winning Super Bowl 20.
And when you look back on it, partner, didn't it almost feel like a setup game? Because they were playing the Dolphins, and the Dolphins were protecting their franchise's undefeated season of 1972, that team. And you know what that team does. They love to celebrate the fact that they still are the only one to get through an entire NFL season that way. That was Dan Marino's 3rd year playing under the great Don Shula, and they were motivated to keep that franchise's record intact.
Flushed out right.
And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
That's the first time he's called his own number, but he's got to be overjoyed with the results. He wasn't just going to settle for a modest gain. To me, he was determined to come through with a big message to a defense that slept on him in the pocket.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Caught right side, Davis. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line. From the 30 on 2nd down. Allen working the middle here. That's complete to Knox, the tight end. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a 1st down. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. Throw right side, caught by Davis. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And that'll make it 2nd down. They'll run it here with Huntley. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. That leads us to a 1st and goal. It's a pickup of 8. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
They go again with Huntley.
And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. And they'll turn to the power game to try to get in. And he'll keep working toward that end zone as he's down to about the 2-yard line. They get 3 yards closer, but still work to do. It's 3rd and goal. Now a handoff up the middle. Huntley. And he gets halfway there down to the 1-yard line.
Only a yard there, so it brings up 4th and goal. Well, they've got the comfortable lead. Decision time here. Do they go for it, press their luck?
Listen, if I'm the head coach, I take my headset off. I turn to my defense and say, guess what, guys? We're going for it right here, right now. I want the knockout shot, and if it doesn't happen, you've got my back, don't you? Go get it.
And if you don't get it, the other offense, they've got a long way to go in the other direction. And they'll let the fullback try and take him home. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Buffalo.
Reggie Gilliam with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Bills' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points.
Partner, I love the call to go for it on 4th down.
Well, I know you do, because if you don't get it right, they got to march 99 yards the other direction.
But what it showed me was they didn't have that mentality at all. They weren't even thinking about setting up for their defense. They were just thinking about scoring, determined to get into the end zone.
And get into the end zone they did. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
And as this offense makes their way back out, it's AFC playoff race time as we give you a look.
A CD after this game, there will be 4 weeks left in the regular season. So this is far from the final version of what we'll see come January, more of a first draft, if you will, as all these teams fight for a better position.
And you pointed it out so accurately there, Brandon. After this game, 4 weeks left in the regular season, and then the playoffs officially begin. But for some teams, trying to fight to make it to the playoffs, they're actually in a playoff push right now.
From the 29, Carr. That's complete to the tight end Sample. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. The offense on 3rd down tonight, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's 4th down.
Well, this first half has not gone according to plan so far offensively, or even defensively for that matter. They could use a big-time spark somewhere, but it's not going to come on this drive as they have to punt this one away.
Here's A.J. Cole now as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. That'll be a 43-yard punt, just a single yard on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over.
The Bills offense back out onto the field. The offense running out, and they are charged up, ready to go after reaching the end zone on their last drive.
And normally I'd warn against getting complacent just because they scored the last time out. But I don't think there's any worries with this group right now. This is a hungry group, and they want to keep building off of their last drive. Now they just want the officials to hurry up and place the ball so they can snap it and get back to work.
From the 25 on 2nd down, Allen. He's got the hook up with Diggs. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Starting to rack up the yardage here in this first half. 5 catches now and a 1st down.
And that last throw is going to keep him climbing that all-time passing yards leaderboard as he crosses the 25,000-yard mark now for his career.
He just recently passed Bart Starr. Next up for him, Bob Greasy. That's 2 Hall of Famers, 2 Super Bowl winners, multiple Super Bowl winners. So he's getting up with the legends now. Congratulations.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
55 rushing yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
Well, CD, a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but, man, his first step is so quick, too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield. But also, when you run those inside runs, he can get into the secondary so fast, the linebackers don't have a chance to react.
Throwing on first down is Allen. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Baker.
And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. To throw again on second down, Allen.
And he's going to be taken down at about the 33.
So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. From the gun, it's Allen.
On the slant, he's got Davis.
And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. An excellent pickup of 20 yards.
Oh, that was a nice job there. Quarterback and receiver reading the pressure that was brought. They both knew it was going to open up the middle of the field. Nice little shake and bake at the line of scrimmage, got right into his route. And the quarterback hit him in stride, and he was able to run free after the catch.
From the 13 now, they work on first and 10.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a second and about a foot.
10 yards on the pickup. It's second and 18 at the 3-yard line.
Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. So not quite a first and goal just yet as they come up now second and inches. Allen now looks to throw.
He will find Diggs in the end zone. Touchdown, Buffalo.
Stephon Diggs with his 14th touchdown of the year, second of the game.
And the Bills are able to add on to their first half lead.
They have really had their way so far in the first half, but they wanted to continue to build on their lead. They know that no lead is safe in this league, so they decided to try their best to get one more as they headed into the half, and they got it done.
McLaughlin now to add the PAT. And that'll increase their lead to 28. So that drive goes 8 plays.
And it's finished off by the touchdown by Stephon Diggs.
Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off.
From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The Raider offense going to head out now late in this first half. And Charles, you're down multiple scores, less than a minute left here. But with that deficit, they've got to try to at least work their way into field goal range to try to muster something out of this drive.
And I'm going to go ahead and date myself one more time because I'm going to quote an old Smokey and the Bandit lyric. They've got a long way to go and a short time to get there. But they still have time to get it done. So I'm looking forward to watching them mount this drive and see if they can get some points out of it.
Throwing again on second down. Carr, he finds his man, complete. It's Watkins. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. And a quick throw here, that's complete. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Here's A.J. Cole now as he'll come on for his 5th kick of the night. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. That'll be a 41-yard punt, just 1 yard on the return.
And it will be first and 10 as they take over.
There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. He's been good. His guys are winning. So far, the recipe working here in the second quarter.
And he doesn't like to just tote the rock. He wants to carry his team on his back, and that's what he's done throughout this game.
Yeah, he's done that. He'll be hoping to continue that trend.
And meanwhile, Allen's throw going to be caught by Davis. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach?
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. From there, we head down south to Tampa to check on the Bucs at home at Raymond James Stadium. And they were losers in that one to the visiting Green Bay Packers. Aaron Rodgers, 4 touchdown passes in the victory. And then finally, a good one on Monday Night Football between the Indianapolis Colts and the Baltimore Ravens. In the game you're watching, it was Josh Allen who was on target in that first half. His 3 touchdown passes have his guys out in front. As we hand things back over to Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thanks very much. Fine work as always as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. And no run back here as the third quarter will commence with a touchback. Out come the Bills now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. And it's hard to imagine that the first half could have gone any better for them. So what's the approach here in the second half?
Just continue to play smart football because they got the other team down and they feel good about the position they're in. The obvious thing people would say is just keep attacking, but I think you also have to be smart about it. Avoid turnovers. That's about the only thing that can derail you at this point. Attack, but make sure you take care of the ball.
From the 31, Allen over the middle, complete. It's McKenzie. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on third down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. And 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue.
I don't know about you, but that almost felt like old-time football there. 3rd and 2 is not necessarily just a running down anymore. A lot of times they want to throw the ball. They went back to the roots and powered forward and got the first down.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now Allen. Finding Knox there, complete. So give him 2 yards there on the completion, and it'll be 2nd down.
It's vitally important to wrap him up immediately because if you let that big guy get ahead of steam up, boy, then you've got real trouble trying to get him down.
But they're able to hold him to a short gain on 1st down. 2nd and 8. Now Allen. Going right back to Knox, and again a completion. And they're going to get this up to midfield.
The tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play, and that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
Allen's throw going to be caught by McKenzie. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
And the Bills first down.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Allen. And that'll be incomplete. So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. Here's Allen to throw it. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Landon Collins. And the Raiders are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line.
Pretty much everything went their way offensively in the first half, but now an interception on the opening drive of the third quarter.
As we know, the key to everything here, don't get careless with the football. The problem is you've got to stay aggressive as well. So where's the line between being aggressive and attacking and being overly aggressive? I think they just crossed it on that one.
Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at the 40.
He'll give it to Jacobs to start the drive.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. On 2nd and 7, Carr. Caught on the right side by Adams. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And that's going to bring up 3rd and 2.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
Well, sometimes our pregame meetings do pay off, don't they? What do the guys in the locker room call him?
Well, they said it with a chuckle. They called him Old Reliable.
Yeah, that means he doesn't move quite as fast as he used to, but he still knows all the tricks, doesn't he? Even that little gentle push-off in order to get open, he finds a way to pick up a first down.
Throwing on 1st down is Carr. And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down. Von Miller bringing the pressure yet again. That's his 3rd sack here tonight.
My man, it's been a rough night for that offensive line, and it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far. It feels like the witching hour out here, doesn't it?
Okay, stupid question. What's the witching hour?
Yeah, the witching hour. That's when everything goes haywire late at night.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Now a give to Jacobs running right. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. Just a 1-yard loss that time, but that's not what they needed. Now they're dealing with a 3rd and long.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Carr going to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down. And he gets it away. A directional kick going toward the sideline. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line.
The Bills ready to take over. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, and some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes and get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you've got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Allen. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
It's a gain of 6. 1st down, Bills.
Now Huntley.
And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. The defense was ready for the run-pass option, diagnosed it perfectly.
Not only did they stack him up at the point of attack, but he was met by a host of light-colored jerseys.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. So the shotgun snap to Allen.
Got it complete to Khalil Shakir. So the completion good for 7 there. And now we've got a 3rd and 4. Allen going to throw. He'll get this one complete to Davis. And he is going to have a Bills first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Did you see that route the way that I did? I thought he was trying to get deep.
Yeah, that
first.
wasn't the first option.
No, it came off of that guy, the deep guy, and came underneath on the drag, completed it very well.
2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Operating from the gun. Allen got his man complete over the middle. That's McKenzie. Working with his 2nd and 4. Allen to throw once more. Now they'll set up the screen to Huntley. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. It'll be a loss of 2, maybe 3 on the play. And now 3rd down and 6 to go. Now that screen there on 2nd down certainly didn't develop how they had hoped. Is that one they should have even tried, or is that one the quarterback sticks in his pocket?
I think the latter. I like what you said there, because trying is one thing. We can second guess just about every call. But in this case, when you realize that it's broken down, just throw it at the feet of your intended receiver so that no one can pick it off, right? You don't have the ball tipped up in the air, and you come back and try and pick up the first down on 3rd down. That way you don't lose any yardage.
Call it a loss of 2 there on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
That was well defended, and while it was a completion, it resulted in a loss of yardage. It's really, really hard for a running back to think to himself, I probably should have just dropped it and saved the yardage. It goes against the entire training that he's had his whole career.
The Bills send the punter out. He'll boot it away from about his 35. And he'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. Now the Raiders offense, they get set to head back on the field.
See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He'd love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
Same target. It's Jacobs again. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. On play action, it's Carr. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Now this is picked up by the Bills. And this is going to be brought back for a Bills touchdown. So the big fella gets on the scoreboard with a return for a touchdown. Good thing he didn't have to go too far, though.
You know the trainers were very happy about that. Imagine having to go get him in the end zone, escort him to the bench, and give him the oxygen. They were loving the fact that he got in without having to run very far.
McLaughlin for the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there, grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. The Raiders offense now, they trot back out.
It's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. A turnover on the last drive. They had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't want to admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
To throw again on 2nd down, Carr.
Carr finding his former college teammate Adams there for the Raider first.
Play action. Now it's Carr. Here's back-to-back catches for Davante Adams. This duo locked in, 14 yards there.